Tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers now on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards.
At the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mostert. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 15-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offense.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. His throw incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On play action, Rodgers. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
For first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a big priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
$13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos, nothing.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Christian Fulton, the rookie, picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To DJ Chark.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Jets 13, Broncos 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Rodgers. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd downs. So it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him, put the pressure on him. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
I'm here all day. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. All day, play.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
Let's go. Mike 59. Mike 59. Plant. Come on. Check 30. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A field goal would make it a two-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Jets 20, Broncos 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right?
He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Come on and get it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
Kareem Hunt, 82 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Extra point.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
To throw again, Rodgers. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got him. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
The 42-yard line.
Rodgers now on 1st down. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. He's got it at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. 1 play and into the end zone. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They run again with Hunt. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He was brought down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
The ball carrier.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Mike, check, 59.
Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
3rd and 4.
Ready? Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. DJ Chark with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The dangerous Hill now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of... He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brought down by Von Miller.
Throwing on second down. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
first down with Hunt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Back now here on EA Sports.
35.
It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run again with Hunt. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
4 yards. First down.
Now Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Play action. Now Jackson being chased out left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
4th down, here's Jackson. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And no, it's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. First and 10, Taylor now. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Jets 42, Broncos 21. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Tanyan complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw on 3rd down. Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pick their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Cody Barton.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
That's good.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
That's good for a
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
38-yard line.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And all the way down to the 12. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 50 yards on the ground. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts
It's a loss
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
The 13-yard line.
Rodgers throwing here. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 13 yards out. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the bottom.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They go play action now. Jackson dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. That one complete. He finds Shark. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
7 at the 16-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rodgers looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Shark's got it left side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.